The basics of homemade nut milks. Homemade nut milk is a creamy, dairy-free alternative made by blending nuts with water and straining out the solids. It is healthier and fresher than store-bought versions, as it contains no preservatives or additives. Popular choices include almond, cashew, walnut, and hazelnut milk. These plant-based milks can be used in smoothies, coffee, baking, and cooking. The process is simple and allows customization for sweetness, thickness, and flavor. Choosing the right nuts for flavor. Different nuts create unique flavors and textures in nut milk. Almonds produce a mild and slightly nutty milk, while cashews yield a creamier consistency that blends well in desserts. Walnuts add an earthy, rich taste, while hazelnuts offer a naturally sweet, chocolatey flavor. Blending different nuts can create a more complex, balanced taste. Raw, unsalted nuts work best, as roasted nuts can have a stronger flavor and darker color. Soaking nuts for a smooth texture. Soaking is a crucial step in making nut milk. It softens the nuts, making them easier to blend and resulting in a smoother, creamier texture. Most nuts should be soaked for 8 to 12 hours in filtered water. Softer nuts like cashews may only need 4 to 6 hours. After soaking, the nuts should be rinsed well to remove enzyme inhibitors, which can affect digestion. This process also enhances the natural sweetness of the nuts. Blending for the perfect consistency. After soaking, the nuts are blended with fresh water to extract their creamy essence. The standard ratio is 1 cup of soaked nuts to 3 to 4 cups of water, depending on the desired thickness. A high-speed blender works best to break down the nuts completely. Blending for about 1 to 2 minutes ensures a rich, uniform texture. The longer the blending time, the creamier the milk. Straining for a smooth finish. To remove nut solids, the blended mixture is poured through a nut milk bag, fine mesh strainer, or cheesecloth. This step ensures a silky, smooth texture without any grainy bits. Gently squeezing the bag extracts the most liquid. The leftover nut pulp can be repurposed for baking, smoothies, or homemade granola. Some nut milks, like cashew milk, do not require straining since cashews blend into a naturally smooth consistency. Adding natural sweetness and flavor. Homemade nut milk can be naturally sweetened with ingredients like dates, maple syrup, or honey. Blending in a vanilla bean, cinnamon, or a pinch of sea salt enhances the flavor. Cocoa powder can be added for a chocolatey twist, or matcha for a mild green tea flavor. The amount of sweetness can be adjusted to taste, making homemade nut milk a versatile dairy-free option. Storing nut milk properly. Since homemade nut milk contains no preservatives, it should be stored in a sealed glass bottle in the refrigerator. It stays fresh for 3 to 5 days, but shaking before use is necessary as separation is natural. Freezing in ice cube trays can help extend shelf life and make it convenient for smoothies or coffee. Adding a small amount of lemon juice can help slow spoilage. Customizing for different uses. The thickness of nut milk can be adjusted based on its intended use. For coffee or tea, a thicker, creamier consistency works best, while a lighter version is ideal for cereal or drinking. For extra richness, a small amount of coconut milk can be blended in. Some nut milks can also be used to make yogurt, dairy-free cheeses, or creamy soups. Common mistakes to avoid. Skipping the soaking process can result in grainy, bitter milk. Using too many nuts can make the milk overly thick, while too much water creates a watery texture. Not straining the milk properly may leave gritty residues. Storing it at room temperature shortens its shelf life, so always refrigerate immediately. Enjoying fresh, homemade nut milk. Crafting homemade nut milk is an easy and rewarding way to enjoy a dairy-free alternative tailored to personal preferences. With the right nut selection, soaking, and blending techniques, anyone can create a smooth, naturally sweet milk perfect for daily use. Whether added to coffee, cereal, or baking, homemade nut milk is a delicious and nutritious choice.